Modern SUVs are faster, safer, and more efficient than ever. But somewhere along the way, many of them became harder to repair, harder to trust, and easier to throw away. Today, we are going back to the 1990s, when a prestige SUV still felt like a real machine. These were not perfect vehicles. They used fuel, they had weight, they had old-school interiors, and today, they all need careful maintenance. But when found in good condition, they still deliver something rare: simple engines, strong platforms, real visibility, physical controls, and the feeling that the vehicle was built to stay in the family, not disappear after a lease. These are the top prestige SUVs of the 90s nobody remembers anymore. Number 6. Acura SLX 3.2, 1996 to 1997. The Acura SLX is almost forgotten today, and that is what makes it interesting. It was Acura's quick entry into the luxury SUV market, based closely on the Isuzu Trooper. At the time, buyers wanted something upscale, tall, comfortable, and capable, but the luxury SUV formula was still being invented. Its philosophy was simple: a naturally aspirated V6, a conventional automatic, a truck-like body, a high seating position, and very little unnecessary drama. It did not try to impress you with screens or modes. It simply felt solid, upright, and honest. In good condition, the SLX still gives you that old prestige SUV feeling. Leather, visibility, space, and real mechanical personality. But it aged with real drawbacks. Fuel economy is poor, rust matters, parts can require patience, and early reputation concerns mean you inspect tires, suspension, and history carefully. The best choice is a clean, unmodified 1996 or 1997 model with service records. Current market reality is usually around $5,000 to $9,000, with exceptional trucks asking more. Compared with a modern compact luxury crossover full of small turbo engines and expensive modules, the SLX feels primitive, but primitive can also mean understandable. Verdict: not the most famous SUV here, but one of the most honest. Number 5. Infiniti QX4, 1997 to 2000. The Infiniti QX4 was Nissan's Pathfinder dressed for a nicer neighborhood, and back then that made sense. It gave buyers Japanese reliability, a quieter cabin, leather, wood trim, and a more mature image without losing the basic SUV character. The early QX4 used a 3.3-liter V6 and a simple automatic. It was not fast, but it was calm, durable, and easy to live with. This was the kind of vehicle a careful owner could keep for decades. What aged well is the size. It is not bloated, you can see out of it. The cabin feels warm and familiar. It has enough comfort without feeling like a rolling computer. What aged poorly? Rust can be serious, especially underneath. Power is modest, suspension bushings, old electronics, and interior wear need attention. The best years are the later 3.3 models, especially clean 1999 and 2000 examples. Rough ones are cheap, but a nice QX4 usually lives around $4,000 to $8,000 today. Modern luxury crossovers are quicker and safer, but many feel disposable once the warranty is gone. The QX4 feels like something from a time when premium meant better materials on a proven machine. Verdict: quiet, overlooked, and still charming when preserved. Number 4. Mercedes-Benz ML320, 1998 to 2000. The first Mercedes ML is not a perfect story. Early quality was uneven, and Mercedes was still learning how to build a luxury SUV for American buyers. But the ML320 still matters because it came before Mercedes SUVs became heavily dependent on screens, air suspension, and complex electronics. Under the hood was the M112 V6, naturally aspirated, smooth, and not overstressed. Paired with a traditional automatic, it gave the ML a relaxed, durable personality. What aged well is the packaging. The cabin is airy, the seating position is excellent, and the shape is practical. It feels like a family vehicle built with purpose, not fashion. What aged poorly? Interior plastics can feel cheap for a Mercedes. Window regulators, sensors, electrical items, suspension rubber, and rust all need inspection. Fuel economy is not modern. The best buy is a well-kept 1999 or 2000 ML320 with records and no major electrical issues. Prices are usually around $4,000 to $8,000, with very clean examples higher. Compared with a new luxury SUV packed with software, driver assistance modules, and expensive electronics, The old ML feels refreshingly mechanical. You do not buy it because it is flawless. You buy the right one because it still feels honest. Verdict: flawed, important, and surprisingly rewarding when sorted. Before we continue, like this video and subscribe if you value honest used car advice. And for $14.99, become a channel member for deeper buying guides designed to help you spot hidden problems, avoid expensive traps, and choose your next vehicle with confidence. Number 3. Cadillac Escalade 5.7, 1999 to 2000. The first Escalade is often dismissed because it was closely related to the GMC Yukon Denali, but that is exactly why it has aged well. This was Cadillac entering the luxury SUV war with something America understood immediately: a big V8, a soft ride, a commanding view, chrome, leather, and presence. Underneath was the GMT 400 truck platform, body on frame, Vortec 5.7-liter V8, 4-speed automatic, proven General Motors hardware. This was not fragile engineering. This was old Detroit wearing a luxury suit. What aged well is the simplicity. Parts support is strong, the engine bay makes sense, and the driving experience is pure late 90s American comfort. It has road presence without pretending to be futuristic. What aged poorly? The interior materials are very much old General Motors. Fuel economy is heavy. Rust can attack the frame and lower body, and safety technology is far behind a modern Escalade. The best examples are stock, rust-free, low-owner trucks from 1999 or 2000. Current prices often sit around $8,000 to $14,000, with exceptional examples asking more. Today's full-size luxury SUVs are incredible, but they are also packed with screens, cameras, modules, air suspension, and expensive systems. The original Escalade is simpler, easier to understand, and easier to keep alive. Verdict: not just an old Cadillac truck anymore, it is the beginning of an American luxury icon. Number 2. Mitsubishi Montero SR 3.5, 1994 to 1997. The Montero SR is the serious one. While some SUVs of the 90s only looked rugged, the Montero had real global credibility. Mitsubishi was still engineering tough machines, and the Montero carried that reputation honestly. The SR brought the 3.5-liter V6, strong four-wheel drive hardware, serious off-road ability, and a cabin that mixed Japanese practicality with just enough luxury. This was not a soft crossover. It was an expedition-capable SUV with leather seats. What aged well is the capability. Visibility is excellent, the body is manageable, and the vehicle feels built for real use. In good condition, it still gives you confidence on poor roads, snow, trails, and long trips. What aged poorly? Timing belt service is critical. Cooling system health matters. Rust, valve seals, old suspension components, and four-wheel drive operation must be checked. Parts can be harder than Toyota or GM. The best years are the SR models from 1994 through 1997 with the 3.5-liter engine and full maintenance history. Good examples often fall around $7,000 to $14,000, depending heavily on mileage and rust. Compared with many modern SUVs that look adventurous but are really fragile crossovers, the Montero SR feels like it was engineered before marketing took over. Verdict: one of the most underrated prestige SUVs of the decade. It does not have the Toyota badge premium, but it has real substance. Number 1. Lexus LX450, 1996 to 1997. The Lexus LX450 is the strongest argument in this entire list. It was Lexus luxury placed on the bones of the Toyota Land Cruiser 80 series. That means a naturally aspirated 4.5-liter inline-six, a 4-speed automatic, full-time four-wheel drive, solid axles, and a platform respected around the world. This is what luxury used to mean at its best. Take something already strong, then make it quieter, more comfortable, and more refined. What aged well? Almost everything important. The view over the hood, the way it feels planted, the calm engine, the solid doors, the honest controls. The sense that it was built for long-term ownership. What aged poorly? Rust is the enemy. Fuel economy is bad. Power is modest. Leather, seals, cooling systems, suspension, and steering parts all need attention with age. And the market has already discovered these trucks. The best choice is either year, but the dream example is stock, rust-free, well-documented, and equipped with locking differentials. Good LX450s often sit around $18,000 to $30,000 now, with exceptional examples going higher. Modern luxury SUVs are faster, safer, and more refined. That should be respected. But many are also more complicated, more expensive to repair, and more frightening outside warranty. The LX450 still matters because it was engineered the other way around. Strength first, luxury second. Verdict: this is not nostalgia for the sake of nostalgia. This is one of the last luxury SUVs where the engineering underneath was more impressive than the badge on the grille. So how do you find one of these in good condition? Do not fall in love with shiny paint first. Look underneath. Check the frame, rocker panels, suspension mounts, cooling system, leaks, tire wear, four-wheel drive operation, service records, original interior, and signs of poor modifications. Avoid lifted trucks with cheap parts, bad wiring, overheating history, missing records, and sellers who only talk about rarity. Mileage matters, but condition matters more. A well-maintained, high-mileage truck can be safer than a low-mileage garage queen full of dry seals and old fluids.